One of the most fascinating questions of our time is the 11 to 15-year-old age group having access to the ability to create persona and avatars and tell little lies and develop adult selves and only be 11 or 12. So one of the most, obviously if any parent has any issue with it or is worried, there are two things. One, look at, has the person been abused in some way? In other words, if it seems way out to them what they're doing, then certainly see if this child's been abused. Get counseling help immediately to figure out if anything's gone on there. The second thing is to look carefully at the maturity of this child. So if we're talking about an 11-year-old, I would argue that there's no 11-year-old that's mature enough to have unlimited access to the internet or social media. There may be one out there, but I think to be safe, I would argue there's no 11-year-old. There are even people who would argue that a 15-year-old having unlimited access, if the 15-year-old isn't mature enough, that it's still not a good idea. And we're talking about unlimited access. And so it's through unlimited access that the kids do these things. So is it normal for the kids to do it? It's absolutely normal for the kids to do it. Bracketing out someone who may have been abused, it's absolutely normal. They're at a time in life when their brain is pruning, their imaginations are expanding, they're hit with all sorts of hormones which expand their imagination, of course, puberty. They're involved in creating identity, which requires persona and masks and trying selves out. And 100 years ago, they didn't have any of this. So if they had to try a self out, they got out on their horse and they rode away and they played cowboys and Indians or whatever they did to try a self out. But now they don't have to do it that way. They can do it online. And so they're doing the same thing they've always done in the past. It's just that now the consequences can be terrible if they pretend to be 15 and they want to have sex and all of that, which would be actually somewhat normal for them to explore it, but it's wrong. It could hurt them.